सो एउटा जुन चाहिँ इनर्जीको जुन कोर हुन्छ, इफ दिस इज योर इनर्जी कोर, हाउ मेनी डिरेक्सन्स क्यान यु गो टु भन्दा चाहिँ इन्फिनिट. आई वान्टेड टु जेनरलाइज, गेट द बेसिक अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ अफ हाउ द बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम इज. किनभने सानो छ हाम्रो नेपालमा. मेरो भ्यालु भनेको चाहिँ आई वान्ट टु वर्क विथ पिपल. मलाई सकेसम्म चाहिँ नेपालमै काम गरौँ भनेर भन्ने मेरो इच्छा हो. नेपालमै नेपालीसँग काम गरौँ भन्ने इच्छा हो.
I like to be involved. I like to meet people. I like to test different things. And I have the sole right whether I want to accept that person in or not. It's insane how much you learn about having patience when you are playing chess. There was this one moment where I had no money to buy myself lunch. If I am angry, I'll realize I'm angry and I'll calm it down.
कुनै पनि सिचुएसनमा one thing you should know is if there is a problem, can you do something about it भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ you have to ask yourself.
So moving on to our next question हैन, because एउटा मलाई यो मलाई पर्सनल फिल हुने कुरा हो न, 5 वटा 6 वटा 7 वटा 8 वटा कुरामा हात हाल्नु भन्दा एउटै कुरामा हात हालेको भए झन् खतरा हुन्थेन होला हामी. सो किन हामी मल्टिपल भेन्चर्समा इन्भल्भ छौँ?
एउटा मैले बुक पढाएको थिएँ कि इसेन्सियलिजम भन्ने. द्याट बुक टक एक्ज्याक्टली वाट यु सेड होइन. सो एउटा जुन चाहिँ इनर्जीको जुन कोर हुन्छ, इफ दिस इज योर इनर्जी कोर, हाउ मेनी डिरेक्सन्स क्यान यु गो टु भन्दा चाहिँ इन्फिनिट. यु क्यान गो इन एनी डिरेक्सन. हाउ फार क्यान यु गो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ भेरी, इफ यु गो इन 10 डिफ्रेन्ट डिरेक्सन्स यु क्यान ओन्ली गो टु अ सर्टन लेन्थ होइन. बट इफ यु चुज टु गो टु वान डिरेक्सन यु माइट गो टु मेबी लङ डिस्टेन्स भनेर भन्छ क्या. तर मेरो एक्सपिरियन्समा मलाई चाहिँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ के थियो भनेर भन्दाखेरि I wanted to test the water भन्छ नि. I wanted to test before I specialize. I wanted to generalize.
Okay, nice. So is it like before I go deep, I want to go flat?
Just let's say एउटा एकदम सिम्पल इक्जाम्पल दिन्छु. Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. The way it's built is मुनिको फाउन्डेसन एकदमै ठुलो 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 हुँदै अलिक बिस्तारो सानो 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 हुँदै गएर it ultimately comes down to a very pointy top. But if you see those pyramids have existed for a long time,
100 of years,
and हैन त्यो त्यतिखेर त्यस्तो इन्जिनियरिङ पनि एक्जिस्ट गर्दैन थियो होला. त्यो भित्र के छ भनेर अहिलेसम्म पनि रिसर्च भइरहेछ भन्छ. द रिजन आई बिलिभ द पिरामिड स्टिल स्ट्यान्ड्स स्ट्रङ इज बिकज द फाउन्डेसन इज भेरी स्ट्रङ. एकदम जेनरल फाउन्डेसन छ कि. त्यही भइसकेपछि पनि कुनै पनि बिजनेसमा सबैतिर गरेर अब म 10 ठाउँमै बसिरहेको छु 15 ठाउँमै बसिरहेको छु भन्ने चाहिँ कहिले पनि हुँदैन मेरो लागि पर्सनली चाहिँ. किनभने आई थिङ्क यु अल्सो नो द्याट आइ एम एक्जिटिङ मेनी अफ माई कम्पनीज. एक्टिभली नै मैले काम गरिरहेको छु. सो मेरो लागि चाहिँ आई वान्टेड टु जेनरलाइज, गेट द बेसिक अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ अफ हाउ द बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम इज. किनभने सानो छ हाम्रो नेपालमा. अनि त्यसपछि अन्तिममा गइसकेपछि चाहिँ which are the businesses that I want to work with, maybe 1 maybe 2, तर not necessarily एउटै मात्रै चाहिँ म कहिले पनि गर्दिनँ. किनभने त्यसमा दिस ट्रेमेन्डस रिस्क, ट्रेमेन्डस पोटेन्सियल पनि छ एज यु सेड. सबैको इनर्जी एउटैमा डेडिकेटेड हुन्छ. तर कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यसले कोलाबोरेसनको लागि पनि धेरै हिसाबमा लिमिटेसन्सहरू ल्याइदिन्छ. भोलि गइसकेपछि अब जस्तै मैले भने नि मेरो भ्यालु भनेको चाहिँ आई वान्ट टु वर्क विथ पिपल. मलाई सकेसम्म चाहिँ नेपालमै काम गरौँ भनेर भन्ने मेरो इच्छा हो. नेपालमै नेपालीसँग काम गरौँ भन्ने इच्छा हो होइन. भनिसकेपछि भोलि गएर इफ आई वान्ट टु गिभ रिजन्स टु पिपल टु वर्क टुगेदर विथ मी, एउटा भेन्चरमै सबैलाई म फिट गर्न सक्दैन. जस्तै अब मैले भने नि आइटी कम्पनी, भोलि गइसकेपछि बायोटेक कम्पनी, दिज आर 2 डिफ्रेन्ट डोमेन्स. टेक भए पनि दिज आर 2 डिफ्रेन्ट डोमेन्स. भोलि गएर मैले मेरो बायोटेक कम्पनीको एनी पोटेन्सियल पार्टनर हु वाज ट्राइङ टु गो अब्रोडलाई चाहिँ आई कान्ट इन्टिग्रेट हिम अर हर इन माई आइटी कम्पनी. सक्दिनँ मैले त्यो कहिले पनि गर्नुलाई. त्यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ धेरै हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ, धेरै धेरै पोर्टफोलियोमा इन्भल्भ भइसकेपछि चाहिँ यु अल्सो हेभ द पोसिबिलिटी अफ इन्भल्भिङ मोर डिफ्रेन्ट सर अफ पिपल टुगेदर. त्यही भएर चाहिँ यो दुईवटा कुराले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ नेसेसरीली 15-20 वटामै गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने पनि होइन, तर एउटैमा स्टिक हुनुपर्छ भन्ने पनि मलाई चाहिँ ठिक लाग्दैन.
सो यो चाहिँ इज इट फ्रम द एउटा कोटेसन छ नि, डोन्ट पुट योर अल द एग इन वान बास्केट भन्ने वार्ड पनि आउने डिराइभ भएको कति कतै.
पार्टली अघि मैले भने जस्तो पार्टली होइन. मेरो चाहिँ मैले भने दुइटै कुरा मेरो लागि चाहिँ इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. मैले भने एउटा त I need to have spaces for people to come and collaborate with me. एउटा चाहिँ again as you said, like the possibility of failing in one company and then starting a whole new company again भन्नु चाहिँ it will be a big challenge for me. र अर्को कुरा I am not active, like एकदमै एक्टिभली मैले आफैले काम गर्ने कम्पनीजहरू एकदमै कम छ भनौँ, इनफ्याक्ट छँदै छैन भन्दा पनि हुन्छ. त्यही भइसकेपछि चाहिँ वाट वी आर डुइङ इज वी आर क्रिएटिङ स्पेसेस फर पिपल टु लिड, चाहे त्यो एउटा कम्पनी होस् चाहे कुनै एउटा इन्स्टिट्युसन होस्. त्यो कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ आई वुड अलवेज प्रिफर टु इन्भेस्ट अर वर्क बी एसोसिएटेड विथ मोर देन 2 कम्पनीज. तर 10-15वटा भन्दै चाहिँ होइन, पहिला थियो, नाउ आई वान्ट टु फोकस मेबी 3 companies maximum. मेरो सोच चाहिँ त्यो छ.
सो अझ एउटा पर्सनल क्वेसन हजुरलाई. सो whenever you want to go into a new industry होइन, त्यो चाहिँ जेनरली कस्तो हुन्छ, हजुरले आफ्नो अहिलेसम्म बिजनेसमा पार्टनरसिप गरे अनुसार चाहिँ इज इट बिकज त्यो कुरा चाहिँ हजुरको इन्ट्रेस्टमा त्यो डोमेन चाहिँ हजुरको इन्ट्रेस्टमा भएर हजुर गएको हुनुहुन्छ कि कसैले हजुर जुन पनि अहिलेसम्म हजुर इन्भल्भमेन्ट छ नि होइन, सो बेसिकली कस्तो छ, एभ्री इन्डस्ट्री द्याट यु आर इन फल्स अन्डर युर इन्ट्रेस्ट?
छैन, दुईवटा भनौँ न, दुईवटा हुन्छ. एउटा त इन्ट्रेस्ट भयो, अर्को चाहिँ सस्टेनेबिलिटीमा म फोकस गर्छु. मैले लास्टचोटि पनि भनेको थिएँ, सम्ममा बिजनेसेसहरूले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ दे आर द अक्सिजन अफ माई बिजनेस भनेको पैसा, फाइनेन्स, इजिली पैसा उठ्ने बिजनेसेसहरू हुन्छ. कुनै बिजनेसको नेचर हेऱ्यो भने कुनैमा चाहिँ क्यास फ्लो एकदम राम्रो हुन्छ, किनभने यु सेल टुडे यु गेट द मनी टुडे. कुनैमा चाहिँ यु वर्क अन अ प्रडक्ट फर अ भेरी लङ टाइम विदाउट गेटिङ एनी सिङ्गल पे, बर्निङ मनी. त्यसको लागि त यु हेभ टु हेभ द्याट ब्यालेन्स होइन. म एज एन इन्भेस्टर, एज एन एन्टरप्रेन्योर होइन, इफ आई क्यान कल माइसेल्फ द्याट होइन, सिरियसली इफ आई क्यान कल माइसेल्फ द्याट, आई विल निड द्याट एउटा स्पेस, अर आई विल निड द्याट क्यास टु बर्न होइन. त्यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ एउटा लेभलमा जस्तै मैले गर्ने धेरै बिजनेसेसहरू चाहिँ जस्तै अब क्यास बिजनेस छ भनेको, जस्तै बेकरी भयो, जसले चाहिँ दिनमा लगेर सेल गरेर आउँछ, बेलुकी आउँदा क्यास लिएर आउँछ होइन. अप्यारलको कुराहरू भयो, क्लोदिङ इन्डस्ट्रीको कुरा भयो, आज बेच्यो आजै पैसा आयो भन्ने कुरा हुन्छ. त्यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ मलाई कम्फर्ट केमा छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जब मैले बायोटेक कम्पनीमा इन्भेस्ट गर्छु भने त्यतिखेर मेरो सोच चाहिँ के थियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ नेपालमा चाहिने प्लान्ट्सहरू चाहिँ नेपालमै प्रड्युस हुनुपर्छ भन्ने थियो मेरो सोच होइन. मेरो इम्प्याक्टमा मेरो सोच थियो त्यतिखेर चाहिँ. हाम्रो फार्मर्सहरूलाई चाहिँ त्यो भोलि गएर कुनै किसिमको सर्टेज हुँदैन भन्ने भइसकेपछि चाहिँ, बट टु इन्भेस्ट and patiently wait for that company to grow into a full-fledged operating company and give me money back, I have to have something to sustain myself, or else I'll go poor and I can't feed myself, or I can't support people.
I'll go crazy.
अनि त्यसपछि त्यो भइसकेपछि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ
you don't even want to imagine
होइन. त्यो भइसकेपछि मेरो चाहिँ सो बोथ वेज हुन्छ.
Okay, nice. So same question to the Roshan. So what was the question? Because I've got a different level ma gaisakyo. So initial question चाहिँ के थियो भन्दा मल्टिपल कम्पनीज. अनि त्यो इमोसन्स कि तिमीलाई यो तिम्रो एन्सर चाहिँ would also be interesting because we had talked about this हाम्रो पुरानो ब्लग्स मिटअपमा पनि होइन. सो अझै क्वेसन अझै हेभी बनाउँछ है त. जुन त्यो एउटा हुन्छ नि इन्टरनल कम्युनिकेसन, इन्टरनल टक, इन्टरनल रिफ्लेक्सन, त्यसले भन्छ नि मैले यसमा गरेको भए अझै बेसी पैसा कमाउँथेँ, अझै बेसी इज्जत कमाउँथेँ, अझै बेसी मेरो रिच हुन्थ्यो भन्ने छ नि होइन. त्यसलाई चाहिँ अब द कन्टिन्युस क्वेसनिङ अफ अपर्च्युनिटी कस्ट भनौँ न होइन. सो अब यही हो क्वेसन.
Okay, so opportunity भन्ने बित्तिकै you have to define what is opportunity cost होइन. So opportunity cost could be financial cost, it could be peace of mind, it could be free time होइन. So के छ भन्ने कुरा भयो. मैले चाहिँ like the way I used to do business, now the way I do business has changed in many ways right. अहिले चाहिँ if you look at the nature of businesses that I'm involved into, the businesses where I'm actively involved are mostly tech companies that I have co-founded or founded, and then where I am very little involved or passively involved are the companies where I've invested. The companies where I'm actively involved, they are tech companies. So when you say most of the companies have they are different products, they come under similar niche. For example, 3 very popular products that we have are Rara Themes, it's a theme company, Blossom Themes is a theme company, and then WP Travel Engine. All these 3 are WordPress, right? So I understand the WordPress ecosystem, and basically I can delegate tasks, and I would say I'm focused on on one company. I would say I would put these 3 into one company, right? Even though each of these products are very big and require a lot of people and they have their own team, but they are one company. Then I recently started putting a lot of effort in creating a digital content company, or say media company, not news websites. And we just added a building, and that's going to be a whole content company, a media company. And within that, there are going to be different things, like I earlier mentioned about outreach, right? And itself alone, it's going to be big and can function as a company, right? And then there's a content production and publishing. That's one. So it's like grouping, companies or products together and having into, let's say, 1 or 2 segment. In terms of focusing on one, it really depends on the kind of person you are, right? For me, I can I really like to create things and take it to a certain level. For example, blogging, I started a long time ago, and then I was doing like okay, also made good money from blogging, and then after focusing on Rara themes, Blossom Sim, WP Travel Engine, now we have very, very strong team, and each of them have their own leaders, and on top of below me there are other leaders. Okay, so I already have a process or a mindset that after 6 months, most of my tasks is going to be taken over by someone. Within that person, there are other leaders who will make sure the other things are also functioning very well, and I can focus on other things. So my next focus are a couple of projects. So let's say blogging is one, which I can automate. I don't have to be involved a lot, and some other products that we will be studying. So it's like if you're studying multiple things at a time, it can be very challenging, right? And you have
very risky.
Yeah. So the way I do is you work on 1 or 2 things, focus on that, take it to a certain level, and when you're sure that someone can take care of it or can take care of most of the tasks that you're doing, and you have other time to focus on other things, you can focus on other products. So like for on themes and plugins, I've been doing for 4 years now, and the process is very clear now. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and we already have many processes, defined processes. Now we are creating a lot of documents to define our processes in a very specific way, right? And that will help to free up a lot of people time, and I can focus on other stuff as well.
Okay, so I think तिमीले एउटा सठिक एन्सरमा चाहिँ it depends on you भन्ने बित्तिकै अब सबै एन्सरै सल्भ
No, होइन यस्तो हो के, some people can focus on one thing a lot, होइन, some cannot. जस्तै अब if you look at the kind of person I am, I'm involved into a lot of things. For example, I go for salsa dancing. I love that. I'm into Toastmaster. I'm thinking to learn Aikido. It's Japanese martial art.
And you have been a professional chess player as well?
I'm a chess player. I'm not playing professionally right now.
But you have been, that's how I knew you.
Yeah, so there, and then blogger community. Right, so I like to be involved. I like to meet people. I like to test different things. But having said that, I just don't jump into opportunity that I see. For example, there are 2 opportunities that I see, which in the future I think I will focus a lot on those, and they are going to be very, very big, right? Like insanely big.
Can you name those domains?
One would be HR, human resources. One would be travel, and each of these companies, it's so massive, like so big. The way I've thought about it can be so big that it will require a lot of my time. And if I start any of these, I'm going to be very dedicated to this project.
So तिमीले आफ्नो प्लानिङमा चाहिँ कसरी सेट गरेछौ भन्दाखेरि यो आफ्टर सर्टन इयर्स आई एम गोना जम्प इन्टु इट
Not certain years, after certain things has been achieved. For example, if I say in 2020 I'm going to start, let's say, human resource project, it might not be possible, right? Because right now I'm a little bit automating my theme business. Then I'm going to blogging. So blogging I will be able to automate like very easily. It's not that complex. But to start another project,
you have set of agendas and once the agendas are met for other projects you'd push with the new
Yes.
projects.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's a really nice way to look at it. अनि I think चेवन दाइले पनि ठ्याक्क हजुरले चाहिँ कुन स्टाइलमा भन्नुभयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिकज एउटा पर्टिकुलरले चाहिँ क्यास बनाइरहेको हुन्छ अनि एउटा पर्टिकुलरले चाहिँ हजुरलाई सस्टेन गरेर हुन्छ. सो आई थिङ्क दिज टु टेक आर द भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट टेक अवेज यो क्वेसनबाट चाहिँ होइन. अनि एट द एन्ड अफ द डे डेफिनेटली इट डिपेन्ड्स अन द काइन्ड अफ पर्सन यु आर. सो यो अझै एउटा क्वेसन सोध्छु, आफूलाई कतिको मल्टिटास्कर मान्नुहुन्छ हजुर दुवैजनाले?
define multitasking.
doing multiple things simultaneously, parallelly.
Like right now, like doing two things, or like companies.
कसरी भन्ने यो अलिकति त्यो प्रपर अहिले टाइमको कन्टेक्स्टमा भन्दाखेरि पनि दिमागको कन्टेक्स्टमा भनौँ न, लाइक सल्भिङ मल्टिपल प्रब्लम्स एट वान्स.
I'm not sure if I understood this question very clearly.
Let me reframe it. मल्टिपल टास्किङ भनेको जस्तै फिक्स हुनु त मल्टिपल कम्पनीज हुने बित्तिकै मल्टिपल टास्किङ त आइहाल्यो नि होइन. बिकज एउटा फोन आउँछ एउटा कम्पनीको, ल एउटा प्रब्लम सल्भ गर्नु पऱ्यो, त्यो सल्भ गर्ने भए पनि अर्को टेक्स्ट आयो, युवा मल्टिटास्किङ नि त होइन.
Okay.
बिकज मैले यो क्वेसन किन सोधेको भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ लट अफ सिरियल एन्टरप्रेनर्स द्याट आई मिट आर रियली गुड एट मल्टिटास्किङ के.
So you say take on multiple responsibilities.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
put it that way.
Yeah, we can put it that way. Taking on multiple responsibilities
At the same time.
At the same time.
I think that's what is.
Why don't you go first and then I'll come on this one.
After I
Say you
answer it,
cannot-
you can't say like I agree with you. मेरो पनि त्यही भयो.
Multiple responsibilities सुरुमा चाहिँ धेरै नै लाइक ल्याएको थियो कम्पनीहरूमा, बिकज यु डोन्ट ह्याभ फाइनेन्सेस एन्ड देन यु माइट नट ह्याभ द राइट पिपल. सो जस्तै अहिले आई डोन्ट वान्ट टु टेक much of the responsibilities because I believe that I'm not the expert in that particular domain. So initially I used to make sure that not make sure, I was involved into hiring people. I was involved into creating a lot of documents, teaching. Let's say there's a support department, then I used to teach whenever we used to hire a support person, so I have to teach that. Now as we have grown and we have money to hire people, we try to look for expert who can make sure that things are happening well. For example, in support, so we have a lead, so whenever we hire, the person goes through under that person and make sure everything is going well. Human resources, so we recently hired one, and the person is involved into making sure that we have a right candidate. But at the end of the interview process, I take last interview and I have the sole right whether I want to accept that person in or not, even if the person has met almost all the criteria. And that comes into company cultures and other stuff. Having said that, there are going to be some tasks where you need to multitask. There would be time where the person is, let's say, absent and you don't have someone else to do that certain task. You just do that task. And then as a leader of a company, there will be many things that you need to make sure to do that, like law, finances, hiring people, strategies, culture, right? So they are there, but my way of working is try to get right people who can handle that, and you just try to contribute through that person.
Okay, Chandai?
I agree with you. Multitasking, I think one of my biggest strength is I don't panic.
Okay.
in any situation. I don't know why, तर म panic गर्दिनँ कि ठिक छ, we will figure this out.
यो हजुरले आफूमा ग्रो गरेको हो कि it has been with you since the very beginning?
I don't know. I think it has been त्यो नेचर नै हो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ. त्यो प्र्याक्टिसबाट भन्दा पनि नेचरबाटै जस्तो लाग्छ है. अनि सेकेन्ड इज आई एम भेरी पेसेन्ट. अनि मल्टिटास्किङको लागि चाहिँ यो दुईवटा कुरा र थर्ड भनेको चाहिँ आई थिङ्क स्किल सेट चाहिन्छ होला, जुन आई ट्राई टु अक्वायर एभ्री डे. जस्तै इच डे आइ एम ट्राइङ टु लर्न समथिङ न्यू, एकदम सफ्ट स्किल्सहरू होइन, नट लाइक यु जापानिज टेक्वान्डो एन्ड अल दैट चाहिँ अब द्याट्स आउट अफ माई होइन, तर साउन्ड्स भेरी कुल. सो आइटर जस्तै अब फोटोसप ट्राई गरेर आउँछु म होइन, फोटोसप सिकेर आउँछु कोही बेला चाहिँ अब आइएम ट्राइङ टु कपी राइट, कोही बेला चाहिँ आइएम ट्राइङ टु एडिट समथिङ होइन. द रिजन फर दिस इज बिकज कुनै टाइममा चाहिँ इफ आई हेभ टु मल्टिटास्क एज यु सेड, आई सुड हेभ द बेसिक स्किल सेट टु डु इट. गर्छु भन्दैमा त सम्भव हुँदैन नि त, गर्न आउनु पनि पऱ्यो. त्यही भएर चाहिँ आई थिङ्क आई एम अ मल्टिटास्कर. आई क्यान जगल थिङ्स. म प्लान गरेर आउँछु, म प्लान गर्ने बेलामा कसैलाई चाहिँ काम डेडिकेट पनि गरेर आउँछु, कोही बेला चाहिँ म क्वालिटी चेकमा पनि गएर आउँछु भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई थिङ्क मल्टिटास्किङमा आई डु अ डिसेन्ट जब जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
हजुरले यो एउटा क्या इजी स्केप लिनुभयो कि किन त्यो मैले ग्रो गरेको नै इट हेज बिन विथ मी सिन्स सो लङ भनेर क्या, बिकज आई वाज अबाउट टु आस्क हाउ टु प्र्याक्टिस त्यो प्यानिक नहुनु र काम हुनु भनेर.
त्यसको लागि आई हेभ दिस सिम्पल एन्सर के, कुनै पनि सिचुएसनमा वान थिङ यु सुड नो इज इफ देयर इज अ प्रब्लम क्यान यु डु समथिङ अबाउट इट भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यु हेभ टु आस्क युर सेल्फ. इफ यु कान्ट वाट इज द पोइन्ट अफ वरिङ, इफ यु क्यान वाट इज द पोइन्ट अफ वरिङ होइन. यु हेभ टु वर्क अन इट नि होइन. जस्तै लास्ट टाइम हामी एउटा फन इन्सिडेन्ट, लास्ट टाइम वेन वी आर डुइङ दिस podcast, you asked me where I was going next. I was flying the next day, I think.
Yes.
On त्यसपछि I flew to the States, United States. I was going to Costa Rica and Panama. I was staying there for 2 days and flying on 27th. 25th को इभिनिङमा चाहिँ गाडीबाट मेरो ब्याकप्याकै चोरिदियो कि मान्छेले. सो मेरो पासपोर्ट, मेरो ल्यापटप, मेरो एभ्रिथिङ इज गन होइन. माई फ्रेन्ड्स आर लाइक प्यानिकिङ, लाइक अब के गर्ने पुलिस स्टेसन जाने, कम्प्लेन फाइल गर्ने, एन्ड देन सी हाउ क्यान आई गो ब्याक टु नेपाल. अब के गर्ने भनेर भयो होइन. अब इफ आई ह्याड समथिङ भने म इफ आई वाज स्पाइडरम्यान अर मेबी ब्याटम्यान होइन, खोज्नु जान्थ्यो होला नि त वेयर आर यु भनेर होइन भन्छ. त्यो त आइएम अफकोर्स नट भन्छ. यदि मेरो एबिलिटी, मेरो पावरले इफ आई कान्ट चेन्ज द सिचुएसन, आई सुड थिङ्क अबाउट वाट आई क्यान डु बेस्ट होइन. त्यही भइसकेपछि त्यो सिचुएसन मैले के गरेँ भन्दा अब पुलिस कम्प्लेन फाइल गरेँ, एम्बेसीलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गरेँ सो द्याट आई नो हाउ आई क्यान गेट ब्याक टु माई कन्ट्री भनेर. तर अब त्यसमा प्यानिक गरेर मात्रै ओहो डिप्रेस भएर म यत्रो घुम्न आएको मान्छे यस्तो भयो भनेर भन्ने भयो.
प्लस यु अल्सो मिस्ड कतिपय हजुरको पहिले बुकिङ गरेको ठाउँमा होइन.
एक्ज्याक्टली. अमेजिङ प्लेसेस या वान फर द फ्युचर. त्यही भइसकेपछि आई थिङ्क त्यो चाहिँ फर एनी वान टु बी फर एनी वान हु इज ट्राइङ टु प्र्याक्टिस पेसेन्स एन्ड नट प्यानिक, one fundamental question that you need to ask yourself is, can you do something about the problem? And I think that answer will help you a lot.
Definitely.
I'll add on that. Again, depends on the kind of person you are. So patient र अर्को प्यानिकको कुरा होइन. सो मलाई चाहिँ दुइटा कुरा लाग्छ होइन. सो मैले चाहिँ आई युज्ड टु प्ले चेस प्रोफेसनली, अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ आई लर्न अ लट अबाउट ह्याभिङ पेसेन्ट. It's insane how much you learn about having patience when you are playing chess. So patience I always had, but I didn't have that instead of also peace of mind. So at many scenario I would get extremely panicked. So to give an example of patience, I didn't make any money from my company for I would say 4 years.
Not even a penny. Not making any
profit,
money ki?
Profit, I would say.
Okay, you could still pay back to the. It was sustainable, but then it was not
sustainable,
profitable.
right? And there were many ups and downs. There was a scenario where we couldn't, I couldn't pay to our team employees, but we always make sure that they were paid on time. So I took personal loans. So I think for 4 years we were not in profit, and there was this one moment where I had no money to buy myself lunch, and I didn't have money to take a bus from, not microbus from Ganeshwar to New Bus Park. So I basically walked from. When I say I don't have money, it's like my personal money. So of course I could have asked for my parents. But that time I used to teach chess, and I used to get uncertain pocket money, and that used to help me sustain. So at the end of the month, I didn't have the whole money finished, and I had not asked money to my parents. Generally, my mom used to always give me because she knew my money is to finish at the end of the month. Anyway, so I had gone back. So I had that sense of patience that I need to keep pushing and do that. But there were many times where, depending on scenario, I would really get panicked. So one example would be on our product when we got first bad review, and I don't remember what was the reason. Oh yeah, I remember the reason. C went to our website and basically said that our website is not secure, and actually our website was secure. Long time ago there was a malware problem, and we had already removed that, and I got really panicked because we had just launched our product, and we had like a lot of expectation from that product, and I got panicked. Now I get a bad review. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, it doesn't. I won't say it doesn't matter. It doesn't make me panic, right? There were time where some product didn't go very well, and take a lot of stress. Now that has changed according to the experience. Sometimes it's like I feel like that is a part of the process, right? Things happen, so it's a part of the process. Sometimes your team member will leave unexpected, and sometimes you get really panic what will happen to the company or the certain projects, and then you understand with your experience that it is a part of the process. You'll find someone eventually, or you'll find a solution.
So one question is,
I'll finish on that one. So that's one way of learning about not panicking with experience. Another way is evolving yourself as a person. So I have been recently, I'd say 1 year, have been doing meditations regularly.
Every day?
Every day. And then not just meditations, I'm doing certain kriyas. I'm learning about I would say spirituality. So initially I was doing from one guru, and now I'm doing from another guru, and right now I have a practice of 1.5 hours every day. And I would say it has really given me kind of peace, or a peaceful state of mind. Things that even that used to really shake my world a few months ago, it doesn't do that. I can actually see things coming. Like if I am angry, I'll realize I'm angry and I'll calm it down. If I'm panicked, I'll realize I'm panicked and I'll calm it down. So I think it goes both, from in my personal opinion. As you grow as a person, at the same time, what you learn from your businesses, and you realize it's a part of the process.
You panic or anxiety भनेको एउटै हो कि फरक कुरा हो?
एउटै भन्दा हुन्छ होला?
I don't know यार, खै फरक पनि होला एउटै पनि होला.
Because you never feel any of those.
होइन त्यो एङ्जाइटी नहुने भन्ने चाहिँ हुँदैन होइन. कोही बेला चाहिँ एङ्जाइटी नै हुन्छ. सडन मान्छेसँग डिल गर्दै यु प्र्याक्टिस पेसेन्स. रिजनेबल मान्छेहरूसँग एकदमै रिजन गर्न पनि इजी हुन्छ क्या. समटाइम्स इट्स डिफिकल्ट. आई डोन्ट नो, एङ्जाइटी मेबी अलिक डिफ्रेन्ट होला कि जस्तो लाग्छ. प्यानिक भनेको त्यो इमिडिएट रेस्पोन्स भयो त्यो कुनै कुरामा. एङ्जाइटीलाई चाहिँ आई थिङ्क इट हेज रुट्स के, त्यो एकदमै डिप रुटेड हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. सो द्याट but again, I am not the right person to answer this question.
I agree with him.
So moving on to almost, so हामी हाम्रो podcast almost last तिर आएको छौँ हैन. How do you guys see automation? How do you approach automation? What is automation for you?
Where I you want to go first?
Please. By all
I'll
means.
say I'll
By
agree
all
with
means.
you.
I need some insight from you.
No. Why don't you take this one, then I'll come.
Since you're from the hardcore tech background, you might have more input on this. मेरो लागि चाहिँ simple भनेको again the clarity of how the system works in a company र how each person is equipped with responsibility and authority both. मेरो लागि चाहिँ more or less automation त्यो हिसाबले हो जस्तो लाग्छ, जुन चाहिँ प्रोसेसदेखि प्रोसेस सुरु भएर प्रडक्ट निस्किँदासम्म अथवा कुनै सर्भिस डेलिभर गर्नेलाई चाहिँ स्टार्टदेखि एन्डसम्ममा चाहिँ जति पनि मान्छेहरू इन्भल्भ हुन्छ, जति पनि एलिमेन्ट्सहरू इन्टिग्रेटेड छ, सबैको रोल्स एन्ड रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटिज प्लस अथोरिटी चाहिँ यदि वेल डिफाइन्ड भयो र इफ देयर इज चेक एन्ड ब्यालेन्स मेकानिजम along with good supervision, I think that is automation for me. As simple as
And do you want to, like, I guess with every project that you start, जुनै पनि प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ सुरुको अल्टिमेट गोल नै अटोमेसन हुन्छ होला, त्यसपछि स्केलिङको कुरा आउँछ होला हैन, तर सुरुमा चाहिँ अटोमेसन नै होला नि त हैन हजुरले टार्गेट गर्ने
सकेसम्म चाहिँ सुरुमा चाहिँ अटोमेसन. अब यो आई डोन्ट नो द टर्म इटसेल्फ इज भेरी न्यू फर मी. मैले किनभने कहिले पनि अटोमेसन भनेर सोचेको छैन. भनेको म चाहिँ आई वान्ट टु वर्क अन अ सिस्टम वेयर एभ्री वान नोज देयर सेट होइन, एकदम सिम्पल टर्म्समा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि सुरुको गोल चाहिँ अगेन सिस्टम सेटिङ नै हुन्छ र
त्यसलाई अटोमेसन पनि भन्न पाइयो.
अटोमेसन भन्न पाइयो होइन. सो when everything is automated with touch of भनौँ न ह्युमन एरर्स एन्ड ह्युमन like input, I think scale up.
सो अटोमेसनले चाहिँ फाउन्डरलाई चाहिँ हल्का फ्री पनि बनाउने हो,
Of course.
so that he or she can focus on multiple ventures या new ventures या maybe work on a same business but in a different level from a bird eye view maybe.
अटोमेसनले चाहिँ इजी त डेफिनेटली बनाउँछ. सेकेन्ड चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जज तपाईँले अब कुनै पनि कामलाई वेन यु ट्राई टु लुक इन टु द्याट वर्क एसेस गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ एसेसमेन्टमा चाहिँ हेल्प गर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ. किनभने वेन इट इज क्लियरली डिफाइन्ड कि दिस पर्सन इज सपोज टु डु दिस, यु विल नो इफ द्याट पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेन्ट हेज डन द जब अर नट होइन. भोलि गएर मिक्सड अप भएको बेलामा चाहिँ यु वान्ट नो हु टु ब्लेम, हु टु लाइक अकाउन्टेबिलिटी कसको हो भन्ने कुरामा, को रेस्पोन्सिबल छ भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ हामीसँग एन्सर नहुनसक्छ. सो अटोमेसन भएन भने होइन, वेन थिङ्स आर एकदम एउटै कुरामा खिचडी भयो भने चाहिँ. तर वेन इट इज अटोमेटेड, वेन देयर इज क्लियर डिस्टिङसन र डिमार्केसन्स, यु विल नो हु डिड द जब भेरी वेल, हु डिड नट भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क थाहा हुन्छ. त्यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ नट जस्ट दि entrepreneur or the owner, but also the employees and everyone involved. I think it will become very, very easy for everyone to do their job in the best way possible.
True. Roshan?
I knew it.
I see process and automation in two different ways. I think for me there are two different things. प्रोसेस चाहिँ जुन स्टार्टदेखि फिनिससम्म जुन कामहरू इन्भल्भ हुन्छ त्यो क्लियरली डिफाइन छ कि छैन, कसले गर्नुपर्ने हो, कसरी गर्नुपर्ने हो, हरेक कुरा डिफाइन छ कि छैन र भइरहेको छ कि छैन, है. द्याट्स अ प्रोसेस. Automation for me is where everything is running smoothly without me being involved, making sure everything is happening. So I separate myself from that whole process. So if I am involved into any part of the process, I would say that for me that process is not automated. Okay, so I would say automation is personal for me. दाइले भने जस्तै चाहिँ process is very clear, what people are doing, what are their responsibilities, and everything is defined.
But you should not be on a process for it to be called automated.
I would say again depends certain कुराहरुमा. जस्तै अब फाइनान्समा अब मेरो इन्भल्भमेन्ट हुन्छ, तर I would say the process is kind of automated पनि मैले भन्न मिल्छ. किनभने चाहिँ सबै कुरा ठ्याक भइरहेको हुन्छ, and then maybe I'll need to take a look at the document and then make a certain decision or approve, right? तर सुरुको जुन कामहरू आउनुपर्ने हुन्छ त्यसमा मेरो इन्भल्भमेन्ट नहुन सक्छ. So I would can say okay, these are things are automated, है. मैले चाहिँ अप्रोच चाहिँ प्रोसेसमा के छ भने चाहिँ सबै कुरालाई चाहिँ again I write it down or get team members to write it down. So there are or avoid mistakes. And if some mistakes happens, you know where to look into your process and correct and make sure there's a better way to do the same thing in the future. So चाहिँ I take a look in that way.
And again, त्यही कुरा भने जस्तो automation would help you to focus on other verticals, other domains. Yeah, to focus on the same business through a bird eye view. Yeah, through a different approach.
Right. So just to give an example of automation, let's say I start a blog. The first part of the blog is set up a blog or plan content. You can put anyone. So let's say set up a blog. I can ask my team member to set up a blog for me. So they will make sure they go to the hosting, register, set up the website, and everything is fine. Then the next process would be planning of the content. So right now I'm doing that, right? So we don't have anyone in the team who have very strong understanding of doing online keyword research, find out opportunities, and actually I'm in the process of bringing someone in. Let's see how that goes. But right now I'm in that process of doing keyword research. Once I do my keyword research, most of the things are automated. So I send that topics to our writers. Writers edit, so writers write, editors edit. After it has been edited, it goes to publisher. Now publisher make sure they put the content on the website in a certain format that has already been defined. And at the very end, when everything is done, I just take a look whether it's correct or not, and then I hit the publish button.
So you are the one who hits the publish button.
Yes, but that's, I would say, two parts of this process is not automated. So for example, doing the initial research and publishing one, because I've not found someone who can I can fully trust on that part. So actually we are in the process of looking, and let's see how it goes. So once those processes, I don't get involved into those processes, then it becomes fully automated for me.
But then you would still be working on that project as a bird eye view, taking a bird eye view,
yes,
taking a step back.
Yes, but the whole content planning to publishing part is completed.
The basic
right?
operation.
I would not say basic operation. It's a one process. Operation फेरि अर्को process हुन जान सक्छ हैन. So this one process is completed. Now there will be another process. For example, outreach. हैन. So if I have to do link building, identify websites, and there are certain criteria how to identify websites, and then create an email template. Now put that into a software where automatically emails are sent, and then when we get a response, how do we respond to that? And then if you have to write guest post, I'm getting a little bit technical here. So guest post. So how to write that, where to put links, what anchor text to put, and then send to publishing. After publishing, whether links are no follow or do follow, right? And so this is another process, right? So each process, if I don't have to be involved into that process, that is automation for me.
I think from what Raushan shared, one thing that I can conclude, maybe not summarize, not conclude, is one is you don't have to be involved in the process,
right.
But I think more important than that is you should have a crisis management mechanism if in case a process goes wrong when you are not involved in it. So there's this defined process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you said. If in case things go wrong between 2 and 3, you should have already something in place which will fix the crisis that occurred in between 2 and 3. I think, and that is maybe that is automation hola. But absolute automation again, say I don't know if it's possible or not, right? That's what I got from what you said.
Yes. Whole company you might not be able to automate. I don't know. I'm not done yet, but you can automate whole processes, like many of the whole processes.
Exactly. And we as an entrepreneur always we are the last man standing. When everything goes wrong beyond our team control, we are the one who comes and save the ship.
Yeah, last individual standing. Yes,
and we cannot blame to someone else. You cannot transfer the responsibility to anyone else beside us. And I think that's the beauty नै भन्नु पर्ला.
Responsibilities, beauty, can say that.
So I think मसँग almost सबै क्वेशनहरु सकेको अवस्था हो हैन. अनि I think it has मलाई एकदमै यो चाहिँ I think आजको किनभने हाम्रो म्याक्सिमम अडियन्स चाहिँ 18 वर्षदेखि 24 50% 60% अनि 40% चाहिँ 24 देखि 35 को छ के. So यो एज रेन्जमा पनि आई थिङ्क कम्पनी सुरु गरिसकेको मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ आजको यो कन्ट्याक्समा चाहिँ एकदमै खतरा इन्साइट भएको छ होइन वन्स अगेन थ्याङ्क यू सो मच गाइज फर कमिङ अनि हाम्रो इट्स प्लेजर इज अल माइन होइन बिकज आई थिङ्क आइ एम गेटिङ अ फ्री कन्सल्टेसन ब्रेकफास्ट सो एउटा सानो कल्चर हामीले के इस्टाब्लिस गर्न खोजिरहेको छौँ भन्दाखेरि जो पनि आउँछ सो वी वान्ट केही न केही चाहिँ उहाँहरूले छोडेर जानुहोस् भन्दा चाहिँ वी हेभ अ प्लेट यु हेभ टु चुज वान प्लेट सो बोथ अफ यु गाइज विल बी राइटिङ अन वान प्लेट अनि त्यो चाहिँ आजकै टपिकको वरिपरि हुनुपर्ने हुन्छ होइन सिरियल अन्टरप्रेन्योरसिपको वरिपरि पार्टनरसिपको वरिपरि होइन सो मार्कर अगाडि छ प्लिज टेक अ लिड अनि चुज वान प्लेट एन्ड के इन्साइट थपिदिनुहोस्
प्लिज डु द अनर
I will follow you. Yeah, put it here. This one?
Yeah. यो सिरियल अन्टरप्रेन्योरहरूलाई पोडकास्टमा ल्याउनुको सबभन्दा गाह्रो चाहिँ टाइम सिङ्क्रोनाइजेसन रहेछ क्या बिजी मान्छेको टाइम सोधेर एउटा टाइम सेटअप गर्न चाहिँ read that, Roshan.
Know who you are and be clear what you need.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense.
Philosophical way.
पेनले धोका दिएको त होइन नि Oh. So be productive, not busy. This is from the recent book that you are reading, you know?
The crux of it.
Yes, yes. अलिकति केही भन्दिन त बुक्सको बारेमा.
So I think for the viewers, I'm reading this book called Achieve More by Doing Less or something like that. I can. The crux is that त्यसमा चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दा in this world of entrepreneurs, everybody thinks that being busy is being successful, but being busy takes toll on you. So मेरो takeaway from that book is instead of being busy, be productive. No matter how many hours you work in a day, try to make the day as productive as possible. To-do list भन्दाखेरि पनि to achieve list लेख्नु so that what do you want to achieve so that you will know what to do. किनभने goals matter most than the what you're supposed to do. The activities भन्दा पनि goals matter गर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ.
हजुरको के त्यस्तो के पर्सनल मेट्रिक्स छ where you judge your productivity आज म प्रोडक्टिभ भयो कि भएन भनेर?
मेरो चाहिँ यस्तो छ म एउटा एप युज गर्छु माइन्डली भन्ने हैन. So it's I think available both on Android र iOS. I don't know iOS because I don't use iPhone. त त्यसमा चाहिँ के छ भने त्यो माइन्ड म्यापिङ गर्न इजी गर्छ क्या. सो वाट आइम गोइङ टु डु टुडे भन्ने मैले सुरु गरिसकेपछि एउटा टाइटल सुरु गरिसकेपछि मैले के गरेँ भन्ने कुरा त्यो म्याप गर्छु मैले. सो द्याट आई नो कि आज के भयो त म बिजी भयो कि म प्रोडक्टिभ भयो त भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ मोरलेस म रिभ्यू गर्छु क्या. माइन्डली
MINDLY.
सो इन एनीवेज आई एम नट एसोसिएटेड विथ माइन्डली. आई हेभ नट डेभलप द्याट प्रडक्ट. आई एम जस्ट युजिङ इट.
इज इट अ फ्री प्रडक्ट?
इट इज अ फ्री प्रडक्ट तर
it also has a premium version.
It has a premium product किनभने प्रिमियममा चाहिँ so you can create as many like sub as possible.
Yeah, so using the premium one.
I'm using the premium. It's not. I think it's $5. So I think it should be worth it for any entrepreneur.
Okay, perfect. So before we depart, we have a small gift. Your season sign.
Okay, cool.
So Roshan, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
This is brought to you by Seto Canvas. It's
Thank you.
I know.
So it's basically a marketplace for creatives and influencers.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
create merchandise and print, deliver, and into a revenue sharing process. So the title says, "Be inspired, be a doer. Get inspired, be a doer."
Cool. Sorry. This is very cool. Okay, thank you, Anu. Before we go, so again to the viewers, thank you for watching this. But everything that I've said in this this podcast is again based purely on my experience, and many of these things that I've said are things that I'm also trying to practice on the daily basis. Not that I have achieved everything. कति कुरा त म आफै पनि सिक्दैछु मैले भनेकै कुराहरू पनि आई एम माई ओन टिचर इन मेनी रिगार्ड्स त्यही भएर मैले भनेकै कुराहरू म एभ्री डे बेसिसमा प्र्याक्टिस गर्दैछु सो यु नो इन योर ओन डिस्क्रिप्सन थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच फर इन्भाइटिङ रोशन एब्सोल्युट प्लेजर यु नो लाइक बिङ अन द सेम प्यानल एज यु I hope we will get to know more each other more in coming days.
I just want to add one thing.
Please.
I agree with him. On what you said at the end. We all are learning and we're trying to improve.
I really like that ki I am my own teacher भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ definitely makes open sense because I think कति responsibilities आफूमा छ नि त सो सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्सन भइरहेको हुन्छ मैले आज गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ definitely aware people are their own teachers.
Just to add one thing on productivity that you said, one practice that I have, and probably I'll implement to achieve list rather than to the list. So I make to the list. One thing that I learned a long time ago, and I'm so glad I learned that. I break down my to-do list into different categories of task. Right. So one category of task is delegation. One is let's say sales. Right.
Sales.
Yes. So not like doing sales, but and strategy part. In fact, what we also do in our company, we have meetings regarding let's say process automations. So we have like just meeting focused on that. We have meeting like say marketing. So in marketing, I have certain tasks that I need to focus on. So even within to-do list, just break it down. And generally, there are some tasks that. So I apply this rule 80-20. I try to apply. I won't say apply. I try to apply, which are the most important tasks that will give me maximum return. So not every task is equally important.
80% of the returns that it comes is through you. 20% of the work, isn't it?
So even within to-do list, I try to break it down into subcategories and try to do my task in that way.
Great.
So I think हामी कति घण्टा कुरा गऱ्यौँ 2 घण्टा So it has already been 2 hours अनि यदि यहाँसम्म चाहिँ सुनिसक्नु भएको छ अनि if you are still watching it I hope you guys have learned a lot अनि I have learned a lot. This has definitely been a pleasure and no less than a therapy for me because 2 amazing people that I respect and I have followed and it's an immense pleasure to host you guys and thank you so much. I will be calling you again and again because I don't think एउटा दुईटा topic would be able to justify the amount of experience that you guys have gathered.
You need to buy us breakfast.
Definitely, I can do that. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. We will be back again with amazing guests, amazing topic, amazing things that are being done in Nepal. Nepal has tons of opportunities. त्यही भन्दै we'll be back again. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye.